Hello again everyone, this is Vincent, and this video series will be on the game Steambirds Survival on Kongregate. And for this playthrough I'll be using the Never Slow 36D plane. If you haven't played the original installment of the Steambirds campaign, basically Steambirds Survival is just based off the gameplay style of that, which is a turn-based dogfight where you have to direct your plane along a certain path within the parameters of the plane's speed and its agility. And survival pretty much means that you just have to face wave upon wave of enemies until you inevitably die. As you can see by the unnaturally high mouse speed, this is a sped up version, so that it actually fits within 2 hours. Yeah, it took a very long time to get to that, to 98k, and 98k is not my best score, but it was the only one which I could get. My best score is 132k, but that was before I wiped my cookies. If you haven't played the original Steambirds campaign, basically the plot behind this game is that cold fusion was invented. Yeah, it's an alternate history. Cold fusion's invented. Planes run on cold fusion. Paris got nuked in World War One, and now Germany's back for revenge in World War Two. And because they're losing the ground war, they send the Luftwaffe to pretty much gas all of England. So you, as the protagonist, the blue plane over there, is meant to hold off as many waves of the Luftwaffe as possible so that the maximum number of people can escape. So I'll get to the gameplay then. So basically, the metagame is that as you complete games or rounds, whatever, you earn copper or whatever in-game currency you like to use the name of. Yeah, the copper's counter is up on the top left next to the menu. So I've got 1,259 at the moment. And you earn copper by flying around, surviving for as long as you can, killing enemies and picking up power-ups, which help you survive. And as you earn copper, you can use the copper to buy better planes, because first, at the beginning you start with a really bad plane, then you just unlock more planes in no particular order, until you get the ultimate plane, which is more like a Zeppelin, which is the all-your base for 2 million copper. The Never Slow 36D costs around 68k. Within each round itself, as I said before, you fly around in your blue plane over there, use power-ups, kill enemies, survive as long as you can, eventually die, then you collect your copper. And I'll just get onto detailed info about the enemy units then. There's the Otto NN10, which is pretty much the most basic enemy plane you'll get. It's very slow, but as a result its angular velocity is pretty high, so it turns a fair bit of a revolution in a single turn. The Never Slow 36D is powerful enough that if you go sufficiently slow, you can destroy an Otto NN10 front on without taking any damage. I think I'm going to take one down there. Yeah. Oh, and those triangular lights you see just above my plane are anti-aircraft guns. They're meant to stop you flying too close to the edge of the screen, and they hurt a lot. And Ottos have pretty bad gun skill as well. The next plane is the Dart NN05. They look like fighters. There's one near that top left over there. They're considerably faster than the Otto, but as a result, they have a larger turn radius, and they're not as agile as the Otto, and you can't. They're fast enough that you can't take them head on, and most of the game they're going to be on your tail. Yeah, and as with most dogfighting games, with most planes you want to be tailing them, then shoving lots of bullets up their rear, and hopefully, and they're going to be trying to do the same to you, except for a few, but I'll get to those later. Another plane is the Turtle PN-10, I think. It's the one that sort of looks like a bomber. It looks a bit fatter, but it's still plane shaped. It does have forward-facing guns, but it's not as fast as the Dart, so it's not going to be too much of a threat tailing you. But its special ability is poison gas, which means if you're flying directly behind it, it will drop poison gas behind you, and poison gas is very painful, and it will also jam your guns. So whatever you do, don't fly in the poison gas. So pretty much the best way to take care of it is either using a damaging power up or taking it from the side. The next plane is the Duster PN-10, I think. It doesn't have any forward-facing guns, but it's very fast. It has a fairly small turn radius, and it has poison gas, and that is nasty, as I explained before. The Spotter is not a plane per se, it's rather a balloon, and you'll see they're clearly distinguishable from the other ones because they're so slow they pretty much leave no contrail, but as a result their turn radius is very small, but they don't move a lot to begin with. And the thing about spotters is that they have a 360 firing range, so there is no such thing as tailing them. The way you'd have to take them down is either using a damaging power-up, like bombs or missiles, or you have to sort of swoop near them, then use your superior range to hit them, then GTFO before you fly into their range. And the thing about the Never Slow 36D is because it has a relatively large minimum flying distance per turn. If you miscalculate the distance which you fly, you're pretty much screwed, so you have to shield out. Oh, I forgot to talk about the Never Slow 36D. It has pretty good gun skill, pretty good armor skill, so it will take quite a battering before it dies from the lighter planes. I think I did talk about it. Darn it. It has an infinite super speed power up, so as long as you don't use any other power ups, you can pretty much double your speed every turn, which means you can outrun anything in the game, except if you're flying too close to an anti-aircraft gun. But if you're near the edge of the anti-aircraft gun, you can still skirt the edges. The next plane. Or not. So that's the advantage of the Never Slow 36D. As I explained before, the disadvantage is that the minimum flying distance of the Never Slow 36D is relatively large, which means it's very hard to slow down. You have to sort of, if you get too close to a plane, you're practically screwed. The next plane is the Bombino. I forgot what number, but it looked. Oh wait, there's one in the bottom left of that map. It looks more like a stealth fighter. It does very hard damage. It deals a lot of damage, but thankfully it's very easy to flank. But because it's slow, it also has a relatively small turn radius. And the last plane or enemy is the Behemoth. I forgot what number again, but it pretty much looks like a Zeppelin. It moves a bit faster than the Spotter, but it's still fairly slow. And it's massive. You will know it when you see it. I think I need to end the video right here now. So I'll see you in the next one.